Ripple is what this movie is going to be about. Please exchange Swift for $20,000 XRP. For a very long time, we really didn't know. Ripple's offers and how big businesses would react to them, we don't know if big businesses would want to use XRP or how that would affect Ripple's market share. Guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how the Ripple strategy is being used more than most people think, how Swift is falling behind quickly in terms of being competitive in the next generation of financial systems, and how all of this is connected to an increase in the price of XRP. People, don't leave until the event is over. You won't want to miss it. This channel really appreciates your kind help, so thank you. I really believe that these two things have made a big difference in my life. I hope you all enjoy the content. To start with, I hope everyone who celebrates Easter has a wonderful holiday. Guys, I hope everyone is having a great weekend as well. I really want to focus on the idea of Ripple and Swift in this movie because I think it's been talked about a lot. Ripple is one of the few companies I really believe in, but it's not worth as much as it should be. Every day, I see a lot of leaders in digital assets in the Bitcoin sector, which is working on making digital assets useful. It's hard for me to understand why a Bitcoin ticket is needed for half of the businesses that talk about different digital assets. There are lots of great projects out there. I don't see why we need a Bitcoin token. The token doesn't help with the business plan other than getting money right now. I really like the facts about XRP and Ripple. XRP is an important part of all of Ripple's goods. Ripple's payment method can't work without XRP. Save the money that Ripple gives you. If XRP wasn't involved, Stacks would not be interesting. All of Ripple's products would be better versions of Swift. And what's wrong with that? No one will change because Swift already has the network effects set up. It's funny that institutions have to say hello to Ripple, even though Swift has all these links and has been used for 50 years. Ripple doesn't yet have the network effects that Swift does. They don't have anything technologically much better than what Swift has to give. We need something, so we need to try Ripple. Okay, folks, the thing that XRP of Ripple's goods can do. And the thing that really interests me about this subject is that I believe it's one of the few goods on the market that actually uses a cryptocurrency for something that the coin is needed for. This is not a made-up use case. With XRP, Ripple isn't trying to fit something that doesn't need it. It's a useful way to use a cryptocurrency that will make the current banking system better. People often ask me what it is about XRP that I like so much, so I wanted to start with that and talk about it for a short time. Compared to all these other blockchain systems, it's clear to me. As I said before, utility is a real-world way that a coin can be used to make the financial system better. There are a lot of projects to choose from. I believe those are very good, but I'm not sure why. It is true that a coin is needed for that idea to work. First, I want to make it clear that the idea that Ripple can compete with Swift in the real world is not new. More than that, it is one of the most important real-world uses for cryptocurrency. I found this movie not long ago. There are a lot of people who think that the fact that big companies haven't said they are working with Ripple and XRP is an attack on what they are doing on the technology side. This video, on the other hand, will show you that it's only about regulations and these big companies are really interested in how Ripple runs their goods. Guys, it's just something you need to see on X. Listen to this. This is very important to see, and it will show you how interested these big companies are. Swift has an event every year called SEOs. In 2016, it took place in Singapore. Some of our employees went there and everyone else was at Ripple and CBOs. And Swift thought, what the heck, the next year they held their event in Toronto. I was there, and they stopped Ripple from being a business project. This had consequences, and they were smart about it, making their own version of it. A thing called a swell. The building was put right next to CDBO. On iOS, you can probably guess who showed up as SW and who didn't. It was interesting to see how they improved and developed their approach, but in the end, and I think that's where they are now, Swift was having their conference at that point. CBOs, when Ripple went to the meeting, no one seemed to care about what Swift was doing. Ripple was the only thing that the big institutions could think about. Swift then says, you know why we can't invite Ripple? Because no one cares about our products anymore. Everyone is excited to see what Ripple has to offer. Everyone didn't rush to Swift or pay attention to it after that. Instead, everyone said, no, we're going to be great. We're not going to the Meet Swift event. This is what I learned about Ripple's most recent meeting. This is very interesting because it totally disproves the idea that big banks, governments, and other institutions won't use Ripple's products. Instead, we found that these institutions are very interested in what Ripple is doing because it changes the way things are usually done and makes it possible to send money faster. Need cheaper liquidity and faster payment times? Swift can't provide these benefits because of its main feature, XRP. This is what sets Ripple apart from the competition. Being able to use the digital asset XRP as the core of their payment stack gives them an edge in the market and makes them strong. This should tell you everything you need to know about whether or not big banks are interested in Ripple's products. These products are definitely game-changing, but regulators have been holding them back so far. Hey, this might be much better, officials say, compared to the one you have now, but I can't touch it. Plus, people There's something else I wanted to show you about this. Not only that, but Swift is also not ignoring this problem. Swift is well aware of the direction the future is taking. A report from Swift says that they want to mix blockchain wallets and transactions with enrichment data. Swift is making it clear that the music business wants to change. This business world wants to move toward blockchain-based currency, and we need a way to handle these payments at the end of the day. I'm not sure what took place. Does Swift work with Ripple, or does Ripple take the place of Swift? Add the XRP ledger without any problems. I am not sure. I'm not sure which of these options will win, but I do know that Swift is missing something right now. Important, which is a local coin, source of liquidity, or asset like XRP that offers neutral decentralized liquidity. Swift is right about this. This is how the blockchain works. You can do business with large institutions here. This is what you heard in the video to stay. There is a technology reason why the big institutions say they want to use Ripple's goods instead of Swift's. It's happening more than ever before. The big groups want to be able to get to these independent, decentralized sources. Cash and XRP are both digital right now. As Ripple's decentralized source of liquidity for the organization, I talked at length on this channel about top-down versus bottom-up. Big businesses and Ripple work together. Along with Swift, Ripple is working with the government and the right people to make XRP an important part of the next generation of financial systems payment stack. The present leader agrees that XRP and Ripple are big changes that need to be made. Additionally, as I often say on this channel, Ripple would not exist without XRP. The unique things about Ripple are making these organizations pay attention to it. Which ones include XRP? Just before I leave, let me show you some quick math that shows what would happen if Ripple actually got volumes like Swift to use their platform. The person who made this is the head of digital assets at BlackRock and a member of the Ripple board. They made a tool to find out how much XRP would be worth if Swift-like amounts were to flow across the ledger. The answer was $20,000 XRP. Hey guys, does this tool really work? Of course not. Will Swift reach XRP? Of course, like books, not tomorrow. Obviously, there will be a slow build-up over time, but this shows that Ripple will be able to beat Swift if it succeeds. Aside from whether or not XRP will continue to be important in the future, the financial sector could make it much more valuable by creating a new way to find funding and send money. I think everyone knows how important this is, but David Schwartz still hasn't come in as of a few days ago. X has said that payments have been more useful since the start. To all of you guys, Ripple's main goal has been to make sending money from A to B faster and more efficient when working with expensive assets. David Schwartz says very clearly on X that the price of a ticket makes it easier to send money around the world. Since the beginning, Ripple has wanted to be the best company in the world for sending money using XRP. David Schwartz says that XRP will be better for that reason, but it will cost more. Swift is keeping an eye on the big organizations that know how important XRP is. That's all we have to say about how this whole thing is going, folks. Thank you, guys. The idea behind that asset is that it will be pure cash in the future banking system. Thank you very much for coming.